Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with the Tier 5 American Premium Heavy Tank, the T14, and it is supposed to be taken out of the stores, like in-game shop, on May the 4th, 2015. And that's probably due to the fact that Wargaming are trying to remove all vehicles that have preferential matchmaking, and they're not going to be making any more, or any new ones with preferential matchmaking. The T14 is not one of my favorites. It's mainly due to the cannon. It's kind of good due to its rate of fire. You know, damage is okay, but the penetration, 92 millimeters of penetration with standard rounds, and 127 millimeters with the premium APCR. Rate of fire 15.75 is pretty good. 2.1 second aim time, but the worst part is the 0.46 accuracy. It's terrible. I don't care, even if it's at tier 5, it's terrible. Even the Churchill 3, which is a Russian premium heavy tank at tier 5, gets a better aim time than this thing. And the Russian vehicles normally have, not aim time, accuracy. The Russians are kind of known for their not accurate guns that turn out to be pretty accurate. But that thing has 0.43, and this is 0.46. This is something that I kind of struggle with when I play this thing. You want to aim for weak spots because you don't have a lot of penetration, but it doesn't always go there, and you can't shoot on the move either because this thing, the reticle is gigantic when you're moving. 690 hit points. The armor is kind of okay, 50 millimeters all around the vehicle, the whole of the vehicle, and 101 millimeters of armor on every side of the turret, which makes this thing a pretty good hold down vehicle. It doesn't get preferential matchmaking, and if you angle properly you can bounce quite a few shots on your hull as well due to the angle, but you won't be doing any circling yourself. It's kind of slow, 34 kilometers per hour top speed, 330 meter view range, which is kind of poor when I look at it, but I believe it's around standard for a tier 5 vehicle, and a 570 meter single range. 20 degrees per second of hull traverse and 26 degrees per second of turret traverse means circling, not your thing. You're gonna get up close and personal because of the accuracy, and hopefully you can penetrate every shot you fire, because if you're faced off against a Churchill 3, that thing will most likely penetrate you, and if he does get a few bounces, he can definitely switch to APCR and just tear you apart. So let's get into a couple games. Here we are on Abbey, and I'm going to be heading to the western side of the map and see what I can do with this heavy tank. And the tier 5 matches, the tier 5 vehicles are sort of hit and miss in the matches it gets. You either get, well, for me anyway, I get completely destroyed, or the team kind of destroys the enemy team, and it goes on from there. It's actually, these are actually pretty fast games, and well, let's just see what happens. Here's that top speed. I've already reached it, 34 kilometers per hour. And hopefully I'll see something coming around this corner and start shooting. You can see the size of the reticle at this moment. It's pretty large. I guess it doesn't look that large, but when you zoom in, it's gigantic. There you go. Alright, so there's a Type T34. See if we can get him out of the picture, and eventually, there we go, he's exposed the side of his vehicle. And let's just keep rolling, because we've left the team, myself included, have left the eastern side of the map completely void of vehicles. And let's try to take care of this Churchill 1. Ah, he's penned me. And so has my teammate. That's a KV-1. They're actually pretty tough with the armor. But if you know some weak points, you should be able to penetrate at least a few shots. If I can hit them, that... Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Oh, and there's an artillery shell. There's too much of that going on. Doesn't actually look like the enemy team have sent anybody down the eastern flank either. Oh no, wait, yes they did. The Su-85B. And I was paying attention to the minimap, it didn't even look where I was driving. Ah, the artillery. Spotted. Let's try to get a few more shots in on him. You can see the aim time. Oh. And I didn't even get the kill on that guy. How about the Wolverine? Critical hit. Next one. Critical hit. On the side of a Wolverine. And that was the side of the Wolverine's turret that time, which actually penetrated. Interestingly enough. Anything else? Nope. That was the front. That was really well angled front. And I don't think he's there anymore. Put a couple of shots in just in case though. Get behind this rock and see if we can get some shots on that KV-1S. Without getting hit by the Wolverine. But he's busy now with Churchill 1 driving up to meet him. Here's some accuracy for you. Well, that's kind of a bad shot, but there we go. Finally hit a KV-1S. And he's exposed his weakest armor. Ta-da! And that's the end of the game. Not very good, but the WN8 says it was good. First on the team anyway. I would say this is an average game, only 1,000 damage, 708 points of experience, 28 shots fired, 18 hit, 11 penetrations. Not so good, but credits earned 39,400 with a premium account, 25,600 with a non-premium account. And that's what's important with the premium vehicles, is the amount of fun you get and the amount of credits you earn. And now we're on Kharkov, still with the Tier 5 maximum battle, because you get a lot of those with the lower tier preferential matchmaking vehicles. When you do meet a Tier 6 vehicle, you are severely outclassed with the 75mm cannon that you get on this thing. It's not very good at all. It's barely enough to deal with the frontal hull armors of Tier 5 vehicles. So when you meet a Tier 6, it's a little bit iffy. It can penetrate, but you're gonna have to take a lot more time aiming. Just charge through the center, I guess. Well, not really the center, but it's close enough. See if we can take out that Wolverine. He's on pretty low health. Never mind. I got spotted for nothing. Anything over there? Yes, there we go. 98 damage. And then I proceed to bounce on a T-28. Not exactly a well-armored vehicle. I'm getting shot at by something that I cannot see. That was the Chinukai. So let's just hide behind these houses. Don't want to go around the corner because I could get shot in the side by those guys, but they'll be overrun eventually. Chinukai is actually coming towards me. That's a good thing. Oh, and an artillery. Gotta take him out. And a lucky fire takes him out, so I can only spend. So I only had to spend one shell to take him out, and I like that. Another bounce from I don't know what. Could be an Su-26, right? Firing AP? It might be. Didn't feel like it though. Kind of looked like a small caliber shell bouncing off my turret. Enemy Churchill 1 is possibly the closest threat, the Su-26 behind the building. So let's see what I can do over here. Yes, okay, he's got less health than I do. And we proceed to bounce on each other. I'm trying to get some weak points. Come on. Oh, that was weird. And that shot took out my ammo rack. Not looking good for me. We're gonna repair that quickly, get a few more bounces, and not do any more damage. Ah, and another artillery. Oh, and he's dead. Two remaining enemy vehicles, the VK3001H, which is too far away for me to actually reach in time. But here's the Su-26. And I get an exactly average roll because it only had 110 points of health. Now let's see if I can catch up to the VK, or if he's actually coming back here to reset the cat. That would be good. Yes, yes he is. Firing on the move, not a good idea. Gotta stop. There we go. And let's just go for... Oh, well, didn't get the kill, but I did manage to get the steel wall first. So 713 points of experience, 2 kills, 962 points of damage only, 17 shots fired, 12 hit, 8 penetrations. That's very bad. And 34,300 credits earned with a premium account, 21,000 with a non-premium account. How many shots did I take? I took 11 hits. So just enough to scratch that steel wall badge and get it. But this is the amount of credits that you would normally earn in a... I don't know, maybe this is an average game in a T14. I feel like this is a pretty bad game for me though. But that's the amount of credits I got, which I think is pretty good. I didn't do much damage, didn't get a lot of penetrations, used a lot of ammo, which thankfully is pretty cheap. So you can't go wrong with it, but I would not recommend it. If you wanted to get a tier 5 heavy tank and you don't have any preference with the nations, get a Churchill 3. It's way better. It might be a little bit slower. It's much better armored on the hull. The turret is not as much, but you can pull off some bounces that way. And the cannon on that thing is just a machine gun. It just goes... And you just tear apart your enemies really fast. Especially when you get a group of 3. Group of 3 T14s, though, they are not a very feared combination. In fact, I don't see that very often. So thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I will try to get a video out on the, what was the other one? The Panther M10. So I'll see you there.